powers China? The answer, quite literally, is, of course, the world's largest public utility company, the State Grid Corporation of China. It's a mega state-owned Chinese enterprise that ranks second on the Fortune Global 500 list. State Grid ensures that more than 1 billion Chinese can have their lights on and computers are charged. As China pledges to transition to green power, how State Grid generates its electricity plays a key role in that process. In March this year, State Grid released its action plan for carbon neutrality, in which the company plans to transmit more clean energy between regions, install more clean power generating capacity, and focus on using innovative and cutting-edge technologies to step up power grids. On all of these, I talked to the executive chairman of State Grid from China, Mr. Xin Baoan. Let's hear his answers. Carbon neutral. So tell me more about how your sector is likely to implement that goal.
In China, the energy sector accounts for more than 80% of the country's total carbon emissions. Therefore, to realize China's climate goals means China's energy industry must speed up transformation itself to become cleaner and more sustainable. Our industry will face a systematic and fundamental reform, facing both challenges and opportunities. The challenge lies in the fact that the old energy model is no longer sustainable, so we have to remodel the entire system while securing energy supply. As one can imagine, that's a very difficult task. Moreover, the distribution of interest will also drastically change. But there are also opportunities. In the process of transition to clean energy, new business forms and models will emerge in large numbers, creating opportunities and fostering new growth drivers. If we can catch this opportunity, then our traditional energy companies will achieve a big leap in upgrading themselves.
It seems that you're having the lights in your eyes talking about the new opportunities. Really want to know, President Xi of China talking about using new energy for new power system in China. How does that work?
Compared with traditional power systems, a new power system has 4 main features.
Okay.
The first new feature comes from the supply side. New energy has gradually become dominant in both generation and consumption. For a long time, coal, natural gas, and other fossil energy covers a majority of China's energy mix. However, in the past decade, power generation of wind, solar, and other new energy sources have developed remarkably in China, with the share of installed capacity rising from 5% to 24%. Meanwhile, the share of coal-fired electricity has been decreasing. In 2020, coal plants fell to a historic share of less than 50%. We estimate that by 2030, the installed capacity of new energy will surpass coal-fired and become the largest power source in China. By 2060, the new energy generation is expected to exceed 50% of total power generation in China and become the country's main source of energy supply. Now let's look at changes on the demand side, which are manifested in the high penetration of electrification and the emergence of a large number of what we call prosumers. Let me explain what these mean. Electric power is a high-quality and clean secondary energy. With the construction of a power system based on new energy, the use of electricity will be further expanded and extended to many other areas that were not electrified. For example, in the field of electric vehicles, China now accounts for more than 5 million EVs, accounting for half of the world total, and this number is still growing at an extraordinary speed.
清洁取暖。
Another example is residential heating with clean energy. In North China, people used to burn wood or coal for heating. Now we are pushing hard for people to use electricity instead of coal. So now many more people are using clean energy to heat their apartments and to cook in winter.
那么同时也出现了一些新的电力用户啊，这些用户呢，既是电力的消费者，也是电力的生产者。
In the meantime, prosumers have emerged who are both consumers and producers of electricity. For instance, people who install PV generation systems on their roofs. When there is excess, they can sell residual electricity to the grid company. And when there's a deficit, they can buy electricity from the grid company.
还可以从电网买电，啊，另外比如说电动汽车。
EV owners are also prosumers. They can charge their vehicles during off-peak hours and sell the electricity stored in their car batteries back to the grids during peak hours. These new phenomenons will cause profound changes to the relationship between the production and selling of power.
将使电力的产销关系发生深刻的变化。
Fundamental changes almost.
So that was new energy on the user side. Next is the grid system.
从电网侧看呢，
The new energy grid structure will have large grids, taking the lead while other types of grids merge and coexist.
形态相容并进的这样一个格局。
So that means more competition?
我觉得竞争和发展它是相容并进的。
I think competition and development go hand in hand. This new layout of grid development will efficiently enable the exploration of new energy and support the connection of all kinds of electricity loads. We will strongly work to make breakthroughs in key technologies. We plan to invest $46 billion as R&D funds in the next decade to tackle key technological issues in power systems based on new energy.
460亿美元实施新型电力系统科技攻关行动计划。
In addition, digital technology will be used to upgrade the grid. The State Grid New Energy Cloud, the world's largest new energy service platform, is in operation, connecting 2 million wind farms and PV power stations with new energy installed capacity reaching 470 gigawatts. We have also set up the world's largest smart service platform for the Internet of EVs, integrating over 1.3 million charging stations.
累计接入的充电桩超过了130万个。那么从整个系统来看，
Lastly, new energy means the entire mechanism of how the electricity system operates will be changed significantly.
发生深刻的变化。那么在新型电力系统中啊，
New power generation is fluctuating and random in nature. Therefore, electricity companies don't have absolute control on the supply side. This means we must work on power storage technologies and complement that with demand-side policy measures. Only by coordinating power source, power grid, power load, and power storage can we achieve demand and supply balance in the new energy age.
源、网、和、储互动，来实现电力供需的一个动态的平衡。所以总的来看呢，这4个方面的特征呢，
So the deep changes brought by the new energy system are most evident in these 4 aspects.
So it seems that, Mr. Xin, there are so many changing factors going on all at the same time. So what would that mean to your work in a way? How would you plan with a clear vision?
习近平主席提出双碳目标以后啊，
After President Xi announced the 2030 and 2060 climate goals, we at once began to do research and draw up an action plan. Given our role in the industry, State Grid is determined to be a leader, promoter, and a pioneer in clean energy transition.
努力争当能源清洁低碳转型的引领者、推动者和先行者。
So all your workers, all your colleagues know about this.
是的，我们现在
Yes, that's the goal we are all working towards. In March, we released the first carbon peak and carbon neutral action plan among energy enterprises in China.
碳达峰、碳中和的行动方案。我们今年的7月份，
Then in July, we announced a plan to achieve major technological breakthrough. In the next 5 years, we plan to invest $350 billion to upgrade the entire power grid.
未来5年内啊，我们公司计划投入这个3500亿美元 推动整个电网转型升级。
350 billion, it's a lot of money. So, have you ever thought about whether it will be really worthwhile?
我们的投资呢？
The transformation to and development of clean energy is a great feat. So investing in this is the right thing to do.
这样一项伟大的工程投资，首先方向是正确的。
Secondly, doing major scientific research and building new grids do require funding. So as a company, we think it is very much worth the investment in terms of its financial return, its social impact, and in contributing to the development of clean energy.
企业的经济效益社会效益，还是推动能源的清洁低碳转型，我们觉得都是非常值得的。
Mr. Xin, many are interested in China, how you are going to develop not only by yourself but also with others. So Belt and Road Initiative, how you've been contributing to the Belt and Road Initiative, how many opportunities and challenges for you and your company when you are developing your projects on the Belt and Road?
能源合作是“一带一路”的重点领域。
Energy cooperation is a key area in the Belt and Road. In recent years, we have been operating on the principle of mutual benefit and win-win cooperation to expand our international reach. We have successfully invested in and operated backbone energy networks in 9 countries and regions. We have achieved a great deal in grid interconnection and international energy production cooperation.
比如说在巴西，
In Brazil, for example, we built 2 power highways with UHV technology.
电力高速公路，成功的将亚马逊
This project is able to transmit clean hydropower from the Amazon to load centers such as Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo some 2,000 kilometers away. These power highways have been giving a strong boost to local economic and social development and is helping Brazil's transition towards clean energy.
那么下一步呢，我们将深度的参与“一带一路”的建设，坚持绿色发展。
Going forward, we will deeply participate in the Belt and Road, adhere to the principles of green development. We will strive to make more contributions to countries and regions along the Belt and Road in terms of conserving local ecology, saving energy, and reducing emission. On one hand, we will work with them to make technological breakthroughs, to solve common problems encountered in energy transition. Second, by leveraging our experience and advantages in building new energy grids, we will better serve our international peers through project development and technical consultancy.
更好的服务相关国家和地区能源清洁低碳转型。第三呢，将绿色环保的理念贯穿到我们境外。
And last, throughout the whole process of our overseas investment, construction, and operation, we will adhere to the principle of environmental protection. We will fulfill our corporate social responsibility and promote the harmonious coexistence of man and nature.
推动人与自然和谐共生。
What you just said about green, about environmental protection, how is that implemented in your Belt and Road Initiative?
国家电网公司走出去，
As SGCC is extending our services abroad, the idea is to have green and low carbon steps at the core of everything we do. From project selection to construction to management, everything has to be green in mind.
从项目的选、建、管要全面的贯彻。
Again, to use our electricity superhighway project in Brazil as an example, it's a classic case of using hydropower to develop clean and low carbon energy. The ultra high voltage direct current transmission project sends electricity from hydropower stations in the Amazon region in the north to the consumption centers like southern megacities Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. The Brazilian government is pleased with it, and so are the local people.
老百姓广泛的赞誉。今后我们要在这方面更多的。
This is precisely the kind of project we would like to work on in the future. We are willing to devote our time, resources, money, and people to these works.
Sounds romantic, the Amazon River water and for the power generation. State Grid is one of the biggest companies in the world. And now we're facing a world with tremendous uncertainties. Geopolitics, the pandemic, you name it. So, as someone who's leading such a company, what does that mean? How are you making your daily decisions?
确实，现在呢，世界正经历着100年未有之大变局。
Indeed, the world is currently going through a historical transformation. Our operations overseas are affected by many events, not least the pandemic. To be frank, it's getting more and more challenging for us in the overseas market.
挑战越来越大。
But what we need to remember is that economic globalization is here to stay. This general trend will not change, and the energy transition to low carbon will not stop.
这个大势不会变。
It's a global consensus that we need to counter climate change. It's also every country's shared responsibility. So for us, as an enterprise, as long as we are doing our business in line with these major trends, then we will certainly be able to overcome any confusion and difficulty that's on the way.
我们就一定能够克服我们在发展中遇到的各种困惑、各种困难。
Thank you so much, Mr. Xin. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.